Hey. Hey.
お願いします。
お願いします。And start with your head up and down. And head side to side. Ear to shoulder. And circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, your arms going forward. Circles. Your arms going back. And front and back, up and down, right, up and down. So, and open and close. Close. And stretching on one side. And the other side. Across one side. And the other side. Open and close again. And Taisawaki. Hand tight. Yo. Benji. Yoko. Kibuki, Q. Go. Ne, Q. Go. 3、9、5。はい、体を。Side. It's up, forward, and down. Hey, your knees from the back. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Open your toes. So. And your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And your knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open your legs, go tight. Elbows inside, pushing your knees out. Hey, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Grab your toes, raise your hips. So, down again. Elbows in. Hey, breathing in, breathing out. Hey, toes, hips. So, one more time. Inside. So, breathing in, breathing out. Here. Go. Right. And release. So, open your legs and side to side. Side. And a bit deeper. And the other side deeper. One side deeper again, toes up. And the other side, toes up. Side to side again. And hands down, elbows down in your legs. So, bring your legs in, put your hands down. Try to put your elbows down. And now moving side to side, one, side to side. Coming up and pivoting one side, the other side, side, the other side, side, the other side. Oh. And hands down, coming forward. Oh. And back stretch. And forward again. Toes and hips up. So, push into your toes. Pushing down. Curling up. And back stretch again. Forward again. Toes and hips up. Push to your toes. Slowly pushing down. Curling up. Oh, and push back again. So, from Seiza, taking one leg forward and front stretch and back your hamstring, open 45 degrees. So you change the other side, forward, stretch your hip flexor, back to your hamstring, opening up in 45 degrees. The more you hold your knee, or the more you're supporting your knee, the safer or the easier the exercise is. The more you let go of your knee, forward, and your hands on the side, the more you challenge a little bit. Eventually, some people use even weights, in their hands to challenge the forward. But at the moment, you even keep your hands forward, okay? Forward, then back, trying to touch the floor. And then opening, hands in floor, hands in front. Yeah, so the more you support your knee, the more you grab your knee and support on it, the safer and easier is the exercise. The more you let go and you have something pulling you down, either visually or literally with some weight, the more you're going to challenge into this exercise. Back. And open up. Floor. And stays up. Sitting down. Down and chin box, one side. Box up, holding. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Chin box, the other side. Forward, holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and chin box, the other side. Again, holding. Legs up, hands up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin box. Once again. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shin box. Now in this shin box position, try to go forward as much as you can. And then get up and twist your body and go to your back as much as you can. All right, change shin box to the other side. Once again, go forward as much as you can. And turn, go back as much as you can. So, okay, for this time, come back again into your normal sitting. We're going to do with Ushiro Kemi into shin box position and then coming up into our extension, okay? Use your hands as much as needed. Always use your hands, either as support directly, okay, to get up, and as a support directly to get down, or using them as a visual support for the movement that you're performing, pulling and pushing. Okay, so use your hands, to support your lower body, either directly or indirectly using them. Okay, so Ushiro Kemi, shin box, and up, and Ushiro Kemi, shin box, 2, Kemi. Shin box. Okay, shin box. Okay, shin box. Okay, shin box. Shin box. Okay. Shin box. Okay. Shin box. So sitting down, just basic Ushiro Kemi. 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now Yoko Kemi, if you have space and safe place to do it. This time Yoko Kemi. This time practice your Yoko Kemi by lowering your hip. Okay, remember this, different ways of doing different exercises. Sometimes we lower our hip and from that position, like Yoko Kemi. Sometimes we extend our spine and from that position, we take Yoko Kemi. So let's start by lowering your hip as much as you can and then taking Yoko Kemi, okay? So lower your hips, Yoko Kemi, lower, 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 Yoko Kemi, one more, lower, Yoko. Now this time, instead of lowering into it, extend through your spine, look up as much as you can, and have that sensation of extension to your spine for this Yoko Kemi. Okay, so extend and Yoko Kemi. Extend, Yoko Kemi. Extend your spine. Yoko Kemi. Extend. Yoko Kemi. Extend. Yoko. Extend. Yoko. Extend. Yoko Kemi. Extend. Yoko Kemi. And one more. Extend. Stand up, please. So, Funakogi. As Moreno Sensei reminds us, with Funakogi, okay, we're done properly, we're done dynamically, okay? Funakogi should be able to challenge even our balance, okay? Because we're putting everything we have on it. So remember that this week we'll be trying to work on KUZUSHI, which is breaking my partner's balance before I execute a technique. The essential element of KUZUSHI, where we break my partner's balance before I create a technique. So if we don't break our partner's balance, the technique either doesn't work because he's a stronger person, or it's forced into a weaker person. So rather than this, dichotomy of it doesn't work or I can force it under a weaker person, our commitment is to study KUZUSHI, which is the breaking of my partner's balance, in order to then be able to efficiently apply whatever technique, regardless of the person that we are training with. Okay, so that's the theme of this week. Funakogi, okay, when done really dynamically, even challenges our own stability. Okay, so yeah, and so Morrison says that's okay, that's good, because it's challenging. It's being done with so much intensity that it challenges your own structure, which is a good thing, as opposed to doing Funakogi, which never really gets there because it's don't follow the purpose. So in this case, we're going to do our Funakogi with the intensity that potentially challenges our own. A couple of 3 important things to keep your Funakogi safe. Number 1, align your foot with your knee. Careful that your knee and your foot are not pointing in kind of inwards or in opposite directions. Align your foot with your knee, ideally going forward, ideally a little bit opening up. Okay, your foot, not inwards or in kind of weird directions. Alignment of foot and knee. So that's very important, so your body can move forward. Number 2, keep your elbows, as I always reminds this, okay, keep your elbows slightly curved, or, especially when you complete the extension forward. Not hyperextend the arm, but projection forward, but your elbow is still slightly bent, so your elbow never has the risk of hyperextending. Okay, so align your knee and your toe, keep your hands and your elbows slightly curved. Number 3, which is really, really important, okay, especially when done dynamically, okay, always focus on your hip being what is moving forward and backwards. When we do it dynamically and I pull, sometimes I change from using my hip to using my lower back, and then in that pull with my lower back, I can hurt my lumbar area. Okay, so always your hip. Even if you make the gesture of using your spine back, but focus the movement on the hip, so you can always have control of that movement, as opposed to pulling with the lower back and then your lower back going in one of the pulls. Okay, so alignment of your leg and knee, curvature of your arms, movement of your hip, not pulling with the lower back, otherwise you're going to go. Funakogi, okay? Hey. Hey, the other side. Okay. Hey. Cool. Okay, so that that type of funakogi prepares us to the fact that all our techniques somehow are going to end up inside of our center of gravity, shiho nage or kirimi nage, or kotegaeshi or ikkyo, etc. So all the techniques are going to end up here, and there is always the risk if we don't have practice and stability that in the performing of that movement our body goes. Okay. If we are using our hip and our spine and we do not practice the stability required for the movement, there is always the risk that we are always out of balance. But that's why in this kind of exercises like funakogi, especially those in this way, we are constantly familiar with that feeling and on creating the structure that is required to then go and perform those exercises in that way. So as Milo says, if you feel a little bit out of balance, or when you move forward, you feel that you can lose a little bit of balance in funakogi, it's great because that's how your body gets used to constantly engage the lower body to maintain the balance required for the techniques, and the spine and the hip, which is where the anatomical power from the techniques comes from. Okay, so this time we're going to do ikkyo gogi, which is not as challenging because energy goes up, so it is a bit less of a challenge in terms of structure and instead of stability, but when done properly also challenges us a little bit in our structure. But because the hands go up, then the lack of balance is not as pronounced as in funakogi. So ikkyo gogi, please. Hey. Cool. So during the week, trying to study and explore what things make a good KUZUSHI. There are several, like everything else in practice, there are several layers in which you can study this. But starting from the mechanical layer, which is the simplest one to start with before you move to others, we're talking about what makes a good KUZUSHI in a sense. And we were working mainly on three things. Number one, making sure that especially in techniques that require entry, okay, that the entry of our body was deep enough, for that KUZUSHI to have an impact on my partner. We'll talk about that in a minute. Second thing was focusing on the use of our hip and our spine. Tai Sadaki, to be able to affect, the hip and the spine of my partner, in order to create KUZUSHI on them, guided by our own hip and spine. We'll see that in a minute. And the last thing was to be really present, especially at the moment of contact. Okay, the KUZUSHI happens at the moment of contact, as we try to study. So not after the contact or somewhere within the technique. At the moment of contact, KUZUSHI should happen, ideally. So that's not possible if our moment of contact is flimsy or, you know, unsecure, or not certain of the movement. So the moment of contact is very important. So for Ikkyo Gogi, okay, okay, so make sure that in that moment your extension is certain and present. That is going to be your moment of contact. If in that moment your hands are kind of flimsy, and this is the difference. That's why we don't use the terms relax, because there is an element of relaxation, but with integrity. It's a different concept. So not so much that the problem is not that the hands are relaxed. The problem is the hands are flimsy, and if the movement is not certain. So that's a different thing. So okay. So in that moment, concentrate. All your energy coming out and making sure that in that moment you are structurally stable. Okay. To prepare you for that moment of contact, which will be the KUZUSHI moment as well. Okay, so hands up and go. All right, so it's very quick. So the three things that we were trying to discuss during the practice was, for example, with Shomenuchi Ikkyo, my partner attacks Shomenuchi, and I try to end up almost, you should not be able to almost see Ena, because I am parallel in front to the Ena. Okay? If I am here and you're able to see my partner, means that my movement was not deep enough, let alone if I am right in front of here, and then from here try to do Ikkyo from there. There is no KUZUSHI in this holding here. There is no KUZUSHI. I am going to move from basically this point to the waza without KUZUSHI, which is very dangerous. Okay, the idea would be to enter the KUZUSHI first and then apply. Okay, so when I enter, you should not be able to see her here because I'm supposed to be right in front of her. Okay, the less deep my movement is, the more you can see my partner. Okay, so the idea would be to enter and at that point apply. Okay, the point would be enter, parallel, that's always what it says, and from there apply. So point number one is to visualize, okay, that you have to enter as deep as your partner, okay, in terms of the movement. Another exercise that is very common with it is sort of like sometimes we sort of and we turn, okay, and we are in front of our partner. My foot is in front of my partner. Either we leave it there and we never fix it, or we fix it by sliding a little bit back, and then now, okay, now I am at the same level of my partner. But in both cases, the initial movement was defective. In both, the idea was that from the beginning, I should be at least as deep as my partner in my movement, not in front of my partner, or not in front and then correcting it, but from the beginning, as deep as my partner, okay? So in this case, you stand up, you're going to visualize your partner in front of you. You're going to visualize your partner with one foot in front and one back. Now, once you visualize that, you know where the back foot of your partner is. You're going to slide and see if you can reach with your front foot where the back foot of your partner should be, for example. You know, as deep as possible with your so stand in front. Your partner has one foot in front, one in back. That point where the back foot of your partner is. Entry, you should be at the level of your partner's back foot. Okay, change the other side. Okay, visualize. Front foot, back foot. I move in. Visualize. Now, that always gets a little bit assisted by the fact that your partner is also slightly moving in. But we should not rely on them closing the distance. You know, that's another element that's, you know, as Sen teaches us, we anticipate that. So your partner will move a little bit towards you, but you cannot rely on them fully moving towards you. You have to move your body into that position, okay? So one foot in front, one back, slide the foot, so you are at the level of the back foot. Okay, one foot forward, one back, slide, level. Forward, one back, back. Okay. Now, as with Ikkyo, okay, that is the principle of depth. Okay, of me being as deep as my partner. But then comes the other thing we're talking with Ikkyo Gogi, which is at the moment of contact, being present. Okay, because if I try to get into your thumbs and if my home hand is flinching, then I'm not going to be able to effectively enter. Or, you know, if I go to the passive, maybe it's another technique. Okay, so for the moment, basic, enter, moment of contact, present, deep, enter, moment of contact, present, deep movement. So let's keep trying with your Ashi Sabaki, with your foot displacing as deep as possible, and then present with your hands. As deep as possible, present with your hand. As deep as possible, present with your hand. As deep as possible, present. Okay, so please try that. Okay. So, you're almost. Oh. Okay, now we're going to try the same thing, but with Ikkyo Ura. The difference is that the footwork that we use is going to be an Ayumiashi instead of Okuriashi or Omote. Okay, Ayumiashi or Ura. But again, ideally, as deep as possible. Sometimes people make the distinction between Iriminage and Ikkyo Ura in the sense that Iriminage is a bit deeper than Ikkyo Ura. Maybe, but both of them are really deep. Both of them. So, Ikkyo Ura, enter, behind your partner, and then Ikkyo Ura. So, for the moment, just the plate. Enter, at the moment of contact, extension. Okay, so we start Ikkyo Ura by using Ayumiashi. Okay, right, deep behind your partner. Ayumiashi, step, as opposed to Okuriashi, which was slide. Ayumiashi, step, Ayumiashi, step behind. Let's try it. They were fleeting. So now, flimsy, clashing with your partner's arm and this is the thing. As opposed to, so those are two different things. There you go. So, the last exercise of that we, well, not the last one, but one another exercise of that we practice with is Shikonage. Motedora por distancia motedora. Okay. And pivot and step. Okay. Pivot and step. Pivot and step. Okay. So that is just the KUZUSHI part of Shikonage. It's not the Shikonage yet. It's just the KUZUSHI part of Shikonage. So pivot and step, and that is just the KUZUSHI. Then come another step and cut. That's the Shikonage. Okay. So for a moment. So pivot, step, and that's the KUZUSHI. Okay. So by ourselves. Okay. So waru. Pivot and step, traveling all the way behind my partner. That will create my partner from being here to be here. Okay, the difference of that step, what it's aiming to do is to not have my partner here, but have my partner massively on the back foot right now. So I want to finish with some basic movement for Shiku. Okay, so turn, pivot and step. Again. Turn, pivot, and step. Again, turn, pivot, and step. Turn, pivot, turn, pivot, step. Turn, Kokyu hold now. 2, go. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Hey, let's finish up. So KUZUSHI, taking your partner's balance. Always an element to review. We aim to take our partner's balance before we execute the technique. Okay? So ideally before we execute the technique. And one reason why sometimes we may lack the capacity to break our partner's balance could be, not only these three, but could be that A, our movement is not deep enough, B, that our point of contact is not certain enough, it's a bit flimsy, or C, that we are not using our hip and our spine as way of moving. So these are just like computers troubleshooting. You know, I mean, they give you a set of potential troubleshooting options. I'm not saying that they're the only ones, but start with those ones, okay? Because if your movement is not deep enough, the KUZUSHI will be very difficult. If you are not using your hip and spine, the KUZUSHI will be very difficult. If you're not certain at the moment of contact, possibly it's going to be very difficult. So start with those three, and then you can talk about the rest another time. Okay? Hey! Hey!
どうもありがとうございました。
Arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much.